Yo, what's up guys, Schady here, and welcome to the quarterfinals of the Pokemon Draft World Cup, in which we, representing Germany, are going up against AmazingChi and England. Now, this is a historic matchup in terms of football terms, in case you don't know. Two of the biggest countries in the sport. And there have been a lot of big games between England and Germany. And usually Germany comes out on top, barring that one time in 1966 that we don't remember. We do. It's a really important game in history. Anyway, so yeah, Chi comes second in his group, and he has a really fat draft that you should see on screen. And consists of Mega Venusaur, Starmie, Mandibuzz, Electros, Golurk, Togetic, and Emboar. So, very slow, barring Starmie. Incredibly slow, actually, barring Starmie. And very fat. So, since we are 3-0 in our group, we are, of course, the favorites, but fat teams plus Golurk is scary, because Golurk is a threat. Emboar is a threat, obviously, as always, but, and Starmie can definitely be annoying. So, not an easy matchup, but, team building was easy, if that makes sense. Like, team just kind of built itself for most parts, because Superior has an awful matchup against him. Mega Venusaur hard walls it, Mandibuzz hard walls it, Electros can check it to some extent, Togetic hard walls it, and Emboar checks it. So there's no space for Superior on my team. And another thing that was really obvious for me was that Braviary had to come. He only has one flying resist, and that is an Electros, which isn't the greatest of flying resist to a physical burp. So yeah, and Braviary is the first one that I brought, and it's going to be there to break down his entire team essentially with the Choice Band. Defined as the ability Brave Bird, U-Turn, Return, and Roost. Max Attack Adamant, 224 speed, and 32 in HP. That speed allows me to outspeed Emboar. Now, the thing, Trico is anti-draft, and there is nothing you can do about it. Even Electros doesn't want to take two banded Brave Birds unless it's physically defensive. I think after Rocks it's 3KO. It's been a while. But other than that, everything gets 3KO'd, so I don't need anything else other than Brave Bird, U-Turn, and Return. So just pack Roost in there in case, I can predict a switch, and I'm like, you know what, Bravery, I need you for late game, Roost up, boom, done. Unlikely scenario, yes, but I literally didn't need another move there. I could have had Sleep Talk, in case Mega Venusaur decides to have Sleep Powder, but Sleep Powder is a shit move anyway, it's gonna miss, so it's fine. So yeah, Bravery outspeeds his entire team, barring Starmie. Any Scuffers or like a max speed Mandibuzz. That could be a thing, I guess. So yeah, Braviary is looking like a huge threat to his team. Should be tweaking his stuff and things, and that should be great. So next up, of course, I had to bring mine to Megalovania with Return, High Jump Kick, Encore, and Fake Out. 108 HP max, attack 148, speed, and jolly nature. That's enough to outspeed a Scarf Emboar, which is also enough to outspeed max speed Starmie. So I don't think he's gonna bring Scarf Emboar, unless he expects me to not speed creep that, because he knows, Megalovania outspeeds Scarf Emboar. But if he does bring that, I cannot risk that. Scarf Emboar is a massive threat, especially late game, and having somebody can guarantee outspeed it, well, you can have him to have a choice Scarf, is very spicy. So Lop is gonna help with that. Encore is there to, Encore his fat stuff into moves. I didn't really need anything else. Power Punch could have been nice, Quick Attack could have been nice, but Encore is just looking really nice. I can Encore the Mega Venusaur into Synthesis, I can Encore the Mandibuzz into Roost or Defog, same with Togetic. I can, I guess, Encore Starmie into Rapid Spin, if I want to. That's not possible, not gonna happen probably. I was gonna say it's not possible, it's entirely possible, but very unlikely. So yeah, Encore is looking really cool, because he's gonna be locked into a recovery move, hopefully, or anything else that is not an attacking move that can threaten Lop. And then I can just fire away with the returns and the high jump kicks, and that's fun. So, next up we have Matt Azaka, the Slow King with the Rocky Helmet Regenerator, Scald, Psychic, Slack Off, and Shadow Ball. Max HP, Max Defense, with the Bolt Nature and 4 in Special Attack. This thing is literally just there. Like, this spread is just there, and the set is just there to weaken Emboar. I don't have a good switch into Emboar, because no one does. They don't exist. But Slow King keeps it from spamming his dual stab, because it resists both of them. And with the Rocky Helmet, I'm going to get damage off on him. A lot of damage with the recoil, so that's cool. That's pretty much it. I also live a Wild Charge, and I can kill him with a Scald or Psychic respectively, depending on you know, his range of HP and stuff and investment. So yeah, Soaking also deals with Starmie very effectively, unless he's like a Life Orb T-Bolt variant and also predicts me and goes for T-Bolt on the switch-in. I'm fine against it. I can hit with Shadow Ball and do some good damage, or pivot around it occasionally, potentially. So yeah, that's that, and that's pretty much all Soaking has to do. He can also help with Golurk, because Shadow Punch is an option. I don't know how likely it is if he brings it. But yeah, he goes with Thunder Punch because it also has Bravery, which would be nice because that's my ground immunity. So yeah, yeah, Soaking can live one and get a Scald, but it's fine. Yeah, that's what Soaking's there for. Moving on, we of course have the MVP of all time, I guess. Özil the Gorbus. Özil? That was very English. Özil the Gorbus. Help. The Gorbus with the Focus Sash. The ability doesn't matter. Shuts my Psychic, Surf, and Shadow Ball. Max special attack modest. 196 speed and 16 HP. I do believe that speed is to hit the same as Megalob. That seems about right. That's probably a bit more actually. I don't remember. It's been a while, as per usual. It's definitely IL Speed, Scarf, Embor. No, it's not. Is it? Yeah, it's exactly the same as Megalovania. Why can't I do math? It's pretty much the same. You know, numbers and stuff and math. So, yeah, enough to outspeed Scarf Embor +2, as well as Starmie, of course. And then I just kind of plow through his team. Focus Edge is there because it gives me a free setup, obviously. A safe setup also helps me check Starmie, because Starmie is a big threat to my team, actually. So, yeah. Also helps with potential Rock Polish, Golurk, or something of the sort. Surf was there to ensure some KOs, I think. I don't remember why it's Surf or Scald, but it was definitely to ensure something. And yeah, Psychic for the Megalovania, Shadow Ball for the Starmie. Next up, we have Crocodile, the Crocodile with the Pasho Berry. Moxie, Knockoff, Earthquake, Taunt, and Stone Edge. Max attack, Adamant, 128 HP and 128 speed. That is enough to outspeed Max Speed Jolly Embor. Once again, kind of abusing the fact that his team is really slow, so I can run Adamant Crocodile and Adamant Bravery, and, you know, that's cool. Also, modest Gorbus and a relatively bulky Jolly Megalovania. So yeah, I like teams with big speed gaps. They make me happy. So, why is this thing here? Because Partial Berry allows you to take any one hit from Starmie and then plop it with a knockoff. Starmie is a big threat. There's a good chance that he's gonna want to bring it in on this if he, you know, if he thinks I might be locked into Earthquake, or if I went for Taunt, he knows I'm not Scarf, so he can come in, water move me, and then I'll just knock him off. There's also a good chance that he overpredicts, expecting Soaking to come in, for example, and goes for a T-Bolt. So that's all cool. I just have to hope that I don't get burned if he packs Scald over Hydro Pump or anything of the sort. But hey, it's something that can help me deal with that. I wasn't sure which item I wanted, and the most useful one in this matchup definitely seemed to be the Pasha Berry, because Starmie is a bigger threat than Embor, I feel, because I do have Megalovania plus Slowking, which kind of checks it very effectively. And yeah, that's pretty much that. Stone Edge for the Mana Buzz, Taunt for the Mana Buzz, and also to prevent other things on the switch-in from healing up, like the Togetic or the Megavenusaur. I think his main switch-in is going to be the Mana Buzz, or Megavenusaur potentially, but I think Mana Buzz is going to be the main one, so I can Stone Edge that, I can Taunt it, so I can't really do anything to me, and that's going to be fine. I have Moxie, because if I can get a Moxie boost, against Starmie especially, then I might just go to town against his team if he does not have Scarf Embor. So, yeah. I'm also expecting Scarf Starmie, by the way. I should mention it, because that outspeeds Megalovania. It can be a very good check to it. So, last but not least, we have Bird, the Fortress. Supriya had an awful matchup, as I said, so I was like, Fortress, you're gonna go in there, you're gonna set the Stealth Rocks, and you're gonna fucking die, and it's all you're gonna do, and I'm gonna be proud of you. So, we have Fortress with the Orca Berry to ensure that I live the HP fire that Megavenusaur is going to have. I'm sure of that. I can also take Electros's Flamethrower. I cannot take a hit from Embor, obviously, because it's a fucking Embor. And I don't have Sturdy. I have Overcoat, because Megavenusaur could have Sleep Powder, and just in case, I want to have this as my Venusaur switch-in. So I can, you know, switch in, and then either get a Rocks, or just Volt Switch out and get Bravery in on it, because I'm obviously slower. I can get the Volt Switch off on it, and be a happy camper, I guess. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. I have Spikes in the last move because I was like, why not, essentially. If I get some more chip damage off on things like Golurk and Megavenusaur, that's nice. Even Starmie and Embor be really preferable, but many Megavenusaur is the one I'm worried about. Because if I lose Bravery, Megalovania becomes a little bit of a problem, so getting up spikes is definitely going to be helpful for that. Toxic is there for his two main hazard removals, which are Mandibuzz and Togetic. Of course, Starmie can do it, but I think against my team is probably going to want the coverage. Yeah, I guess. T-Bolt, Ice Beam, Dual Stab. Yeah, that seems reasonable. So yeah, that's that. That's pretty much all there is to say about Fortress. It's just gonna go in there, set up rocks, and then die. That's the plan. So I'm gonna pause and we'll get right into the game. Okay, so with the game, as you can see, my team is really pink. I just noticed that, like, the three are pink. This is pinkish with red. This is red. This is red. It's just Red Nation or some shit. Shout out to the game. Anyway, so she elected to not bring Golurk, which makes me very happy because Golurk is a scary Pokemon. I can see why he doesn't bring it because I have a lot of checks to it offensively, but defensively it's a threat, as it always is, because it's just what Golurk does. It's an absolute monster. So, looking at his team, I'm just gonna leave Bravery because that makes sense. I'm gonna get a kill essentially, unless he's with Starmie, which I don't think he's gonna do because of Megalovania. Obviously, his leads would be one of his 3 checks to Megalovania, probably, or the Electros for the Volt Switch / U-turn. So I'm all fine with all of these with Bravery. I can either nuke something or just get U-turn off on the thing and do a ton of damage to it as well. So I'm gonna click U-turn. That does a ton of damage. He has a Rocky Helmet, but he's not physically defensive. That's good to know. He is max HP though. So I'm just gonna plop into Crocodile, and his U-turn does less than mine because Bravery is a god and Crocodile is a god. So it's all fine. And he brings in Mega Venusaur. I don't want to stay in like at all. So I'm just gonna go into my Fortress, hoping that he does not over predict and go for the HP Fire. He does not, thankfully, and this means I can get up my rocks. And if he doesn't have removal on one of the 3 options, then they are there to stay. If he has removal, that's fine. That's a good damage off. So, you know, at this point, I'm just gonna sack Fortress. It's not gonna do anything else. So, thank you, Fortress. You did all you had to do. All I said in Team Builder. So now I can bring in Bravery though, and something's about to drop. And that something is gonna be Electros. So that's cool. So you can't get any more Rocky Helmet damage off on my Megalovania. That's very satisfying. So Electros goes down, Bravery is down to around half, but that's still fine. He brings in Starmie, and I don't want to take a hit. And I think I'm just gonna go into Slowking, yeah. Because if he goes for T-Ball, that's fine. As I'm expecting him to be Scarf, so I probably would just go into Crook and then knock off. But that is nothing, essentially. And yeah. I'm just gonna fire off a Shadow Ball, not hoping, but assuming that he might stay in. Maybe he isn't Scarf. If he wasn't, he would reveal that now. So just playing it safe there and going for that Shadow Ball. And now I'm gonna go to Crook on the Mandibuzz as he just goes for a knockoff. Gets rid of my partial barrier. At this point, that was useless anyway after the U-turn from Electros, so not a big deal there. I'm just gonna fire off a Stone Edge to do 55%. That's pretty neat. He gets the weak armor boost though. That could have been a problem, Megalovania, but he U-turns out and now he's at 3% when he comes in next time. He didn't default there, which is very cool. Probably should have 9 probably should have taunted. It's because he could have default there, but you know, hindsight is 20/20 or something. You know, it worked out. This was in the end to play out. Would have benefited me a lot more. So goes into Starmie, reveals Dazzling Gleam, which I didn't expect him to pack. And now I can go into Slowking because Slowking doesn't give a fuck about the thing. So maybe user comes in as I just fire off a Scald, hope for a burn, don't get a burn, that's fine. I'm a Slowking, I'm just gonna stay in, shoot a hit, get us 28%, lose my Rocky Helmet, but he gets some damage off, go for the Psychic, and that doesn't kill, so that's unfortunate, but I get Spit After, which doesn't help me. At this point, I can go to my Megalovania, make the offensive switch, because since he has Knockoff and Giga Drain, he's not gonna have Sleep Powder. He's gonna need Synthesis, and then he's gonna have well, he real HP Fire already, so he's gonna have Synthesis last move slot. So I'm completely safe with switching to Megalovania because Giga Drain is not gonna get him enough health back to survive a return. So I can get my Mega off here, take that damage. That's a ton of damage though. But Megalovanias or regular Lovanias, even Natural Bulk is gonna pull through. I'm gonna Mega up and just go straight for return and knock out Mega Venusaur. That's nice. That thing could have been really annoying late game. If Bravery went down. So he brings out Togetic. I'm just gonna hard into Bravery, knowing I can live any hit. Even if he T-waves me, that's fine. So just 28%. He's going to kill me, but I just want to fire off a return because I don't want to recoil. I don't want him to roost stall me. So I just want to keep clicking return, keep him a little bit low-ish. And you know, to a point where either I can smash him with Gorbis or I can just kill it with Megalovania. Either or. So Return is my play overall. I don't want to get, you know, recall stalled out. But I get a crit anyway. So that's just unfortunate. I'm going to show you the calc real quick. If you are curious to see, you will roughly see that this would have done around this much. I'm not going to show you the whole screen because that's effort. So he would have been low, like really low, almost dead to stealth rock range low, around 30 something% at best. So he was max defense, by the way. So I don't think that mattered, just because my team pressured him enough to the point where he couldn't have been able to get a roost off on. Like, the only thing he could roost on was Slowking. And if he wants to roost on Gorbis, be my guest. I'm going to Shell Smash on that. Slowking is there to just be a switch to Ember, and that's all it's going to do. That's all I'm going to do with it all game. So he would have to pull a double there, expecting my Slowking with Ember. If he would have done that, then, you know, kudos to him. I don't know if that was a thing that was going to happen, but it might have mattered. Can't say for sure. If he just, I don't know what he did. I think he just attacked, in which case I would have just gone to Lopunny and gotten a kill. And then at this point, Lopunny just kind of wins because Ember does not speed me. You know, I would have to work around it and pivot around it and scout. But I think at this point I had to game anyway. That's my opinion, though. Yeah, that's just what I think. So, still unfortunate. Still sorry about that. But I don't think it mattered too much in the long run. But at this point, I can let my bravery down. Everything that's fat is dead. And I can bring a Mega Lopunny. Return isn't guaranteed to kill, and he might still be like, what's it called? Cheetonberry or some shit. Instead of the Scarf that I'm expecting. So I'm just gonna go for the Fake Out. Manimuz goes down. He brings in Ember, and this is perfect because this allows me to win with Mega Lopunny. I'm just gonna go into my Slowking, sack it off to 2 wild charges, and then Lop is gonna come in and win the game. It's not, but what happens is, I think I have like a 10% chance of living 2 wild charges from Ember, from his spread, is what he said. So, yeah, let's see what happens. I live on 1%, and I just kill Ember, which speeds this game up a ton. That didn't matter in the long run. I think Chi was mildly upset. By mildly, I mean very upset. But it didn't matter in the end because I also have Sage Gorbis. Crit on Togetic might have mattered, probably did. But, you know, I had Theory Munning, yay, everyone's favorite. So, GG Chi, sorry about that crit. That was mildly unfortunate. And by mildly, I mean very unfortunate. And yeah, we move on to the quarterfinal. Not quarter, that was a quarterfinal. We went to the semifinals. It's even better. And in those semifinals, in case you have watched any matches, you should skip this. We face off against America and PaullyMac. So, Paul is a very good friend of mine. Fantastic player in the format. And his team is terrifying, and we're at the exact same record and differential at this point in the tournament, which I think is 4-0 plus 13? No, that's bullshit. Plus, wait, I will get 11-0, 14-0, 16-0? That should be about right. So, we're both at 16-0, I think, something like that. But both undefeated, so someone's gonna have to fall, and only one of us can make it to the goddamn finals of the Pokemon Draft World Cup and become the Pokemon Draft World Champion. Man, that sounds cool. So, make sure to keep an eye out for that. I'm gonna try to get it up on time on upload day, which I definitely know what that is. You should check out RhyQuinn's channel to see what it is. So yeah. Again, GGG, make sure to check him out in the description below. He is in PPL Division 2. Has been there for, I think, 3 seasons now. Yeah, it was the 3rd season, so he's a veteran at this point. So, make sure to check him out. And yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, leave some nukes. I will appreciate all 3 of those, and hopefully see you guys next time. Goodbye.